What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the survival. We are back in here. We are going to try and work on our farm today. I do want to work on this. I want to get it going because yes, I have some there, but I also have kidnapped ones inside my little house. Now, yeah, they are kidnapped. I did take them to the village. Yeah, we do have some villagers in here, and they give me emerald whenever I need them. And then those emeralds are going to be used for our storage doors. Now, I think I need about 4,000 emeralds, or not emeralds. I need about 4,000 of the emerald upgrade for our storage doors. That's way too many that I want to admit, I'll be honest. But last episode, we didn't make this machine. We found it, and then we had our crate mod cannon build it. I didn't build it. I didn't build block by block. Only did the water source. That's it. Or the water, whatever. The power, that thing. But last episode, we built it. We didn't build this. Never mind. I'm struggling. Our cannon built this. Now, anytime we do, a build like this to where we find it or, somebody else made it, not only are they going to get, the video put in the description. So if you want to check it out, you can, which technically it is in the last survival video. So if you want to see how it's built and how the guy built it's there. But not only that, we're also going to put the name of, that user that made the machine on here. So DZCraft is on this machine. So whenever we move it, or if we move it or anything like that, then his name's going to be on there too. No matter where we move it to, the names are always going to be on the machine. But we're not going to focus on that today. We're going to focus on our farm. I got to start my farm, which means we're going to have a lot of stuff to take care of. I need to work on houses. I need to work on our farming designs. Everything like that. So the one thing I'm going to do once we head over there after I plant, all my magical good stuff here. All right, all that's planted. Perfecto. I can now throw all of this in here. I got to put all my stuff there. All right, what we're going to go over, we're going to start the outline of our builds. We're going to build not the house. We're going to build the outlines of the houses, all the farms, the little paths, everything like that. We're going to build outlines, and then hopefully next survival video, we're going to start working on our builds. We're going to start working on everything. So we're going to need a tree farm. We're gonna need a tree, but not any kind of tree farm. We're gonna need one that separates on its own between the logs, the stick, one that can make coal and apples. I think technically I already made it. Oh, I'll be honest, I made one. It's not the best, but it works. I'm gonna show you that real quick, and then once we come back, we should be over there, hopefully, if it's correct. Let me show you that machine I built, and then I'll show you how it worked. All right, so we're in here. We're gonna ignore this machine. I am seeing if it works or not. I'm still trying to figure it out. This is by somebody, but if we aren't gonna use it, then I technically don't need to get credit if we're not using it. Now, it is tested. We might use it though. It is pretty good, and the guy that built this has a lot of things. This is basically an andesite diorite farm, which I need. I need andesite and diorite to make tough. That tough will be able to make crushing wheels. So let me go over here real quick. You need to mix andesite and diorite with lava to get tough. That tough will make ores. We have a chance of gold nuggets, copper, zinc, iron, all stuff like that is stuff we need. I need free iron. I need free zinc and copper and gold. But there's also a farm to get free diamonds too. I gotta figure that out, but I actually think he has one too. So we might have a lot of builds from this guy, the guy that made this one, but I gotta see if it works. And if it does, then we'll add it. It is very expensive though. You see all that brass, all those mechanical crafters? You think I have enough power for that? And the thing is with this, I need a steam power machine for power, or steam engine. Yeah, I need a steam engine for power. It can't go off a simple little water wheel. So I think this thing uses about 22,000 stress units. It's a lot. It's very expensive. So that may be a very end bleak. But this is my little machine I built. It's not the best looking. It barely works. Well, it actually really works. And what we do, or what it does, you put saplings all the way around, and you would really start it on this side, because if you start it here, then it's just gonna break the trees, instantly drop. Saplings too. So if you start on this side and you go all the way around, when it goes back again, it's gonna replace all those saplings. You're gonna have saplings that go into the barrels, which go into a portable interface. You have one little thing for one little deployer for the saplings, so those in, and then those are already filtered in. So going through, it will drop a chute down in here. It'll go onto this, the belt, pick up the apples, the sticks, the saplings, and then this turns it into charcoal. Now we're gonna need charcoal. I need fuel to cook stuff, so we're gonna need charcoal a lot. And this all connects off of one little water wheel that's on the inside. It's nice. It's not very compact, but it is nice. And then this is where all the charcoal will be, so everything in here will go into that. Can make it to where you have belts coming off, but not right now. I'm not too focused on that. We can always fix that. I got in case fan that cooks everything, but I need to make it to where we can split the wood. So we'll have wood, but we'll also have coal. So I gotta try and fix that. I don't know how I can with it, keeping some of it. I could probably add another barrel and stuff like that, because I know if I add a tunnel and I bring it out just a little bit, it's gonna bring that tunnel. So if I put a tunnel here, it's gonna smelt it, or not smelt it, it's gonna split it. So I'll bring all that there, and then this side, this funnel will be okay. I can't put funnel down, I don't have space, but one side should be saplings to continue through, and then the other side will be logs. and then the rest will be good. So we can add this. It is technically built. I do have to just work on this piece here, but that shouldn't be too bad. But we can add this into the world. We'll have, you know, everything like that, and then we'll get free coal. Nice. And so let's head back. Let's continue working on our farms, or start working on our farm, getting that layout. All right, so we are at our giant farming land now. We actually have a decent amount of space, so we can probably add quite a few farms. We're gonna need a lot though. We're gonna need some wheat, we're gonna need some carrot, potatoes, what else is there? I forgot what else is there. We're gonna need some cabbage, some tomatoes, onion. Yeah, I think that's about it. So we're gonna need a lot of farms. Yeah, we're gonna need about 6 things to farm, which is quite a lot. And I don't want them to be like, you know, the little squares or little circles or anything like that. No, we're gonna add like actual like farmland. So it's gonna be long, like we're gonna do it like tubes kind of, except we're not gonna actually, it's gonna be pretty well flat. And then, you know, we'll have houses, everything else around. But the one thing I do want to work on is, or not, well, kind of is, we need to get our port set. So I got all my little outlining blocks, and yes, we're using cobble deep slate because why not? Over here will be our little dock. So our boat's gonna come in, go around, post up here. It's gonna load everything up, and then this is where it will take off and go back through. Now we're gonna have to clear some land. I don't know where that cunt came from, but all right. So we got to make the outline. Obviously down here is gonna be our port. I want to have a little fishing spot over here, so we're gonna have to probably line up here or something like that. We'll have a little port or something there. Back here is gonna be our fishing, so we're gonna need this to be pretty big because I don't know how big I need it. So pretty well right here and up is gonna be port, and then up here and there are gonna be hopefully something. So let's go ahead. It's gonna be pretty decent. We're gonna have it go like this. It's gonna go all the way across. So this is gonna be our port area. So everything in here is gonna be port related. So we'll have our dock here, and then we'll add some like detail, some barrels or some crane or something. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. Over here is gonna be our fishing spot. So we need this out just a little bit. All right, so this will be our fishing spot. So we'll have like little fishing docks poking off of these. And then I should have brought signs so I can keep everything labeled. You know what? I'm gonna go get some signs real quick. Actually, I could just destroy some trees. Let's destroy some trees real quick to get some signs. All right, so we got a decent amount of signs. We got a stack, or not fully a stack. It's 16 because, you know, Minecraft wants to be special with this. Should definitely be a stack for, you know, signs. So this is going to be our boat dock right here. This entire area over here is our farming huts, fishing huts. Perfect. Now I could just do the pathways first. I really could. I do have a shovel for it. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Let's get rid of all this and we'll just make pathways, and then we can figure everything out. Now, they do need to be random. We got to try and figure out our pathing area. Now, boat's going to be here, so I don't think it's going to be too big, so we should be able to make it like this, and then we can, you know, just detail it however we need. Now, I'm going to use a lot of my shovel durability, but I don't get to choice something. Now, I do want to keep some of this side open. We can always add like some trees or something like that, maybe bushes or stuff, but I need it to where it goes all the way around. I need to add some detail, some turns or whatever, you know, something like this, to where it looks decent, but also not just random everywhere. And then of course later on we can fix this with like different style pathing. All right, so we got a low path. It's nothing crazy. I mean, we can fix this later on, so not too worried about it, but I do want it to go pretty well all the way around and, you know, kind of match back up, so it's not just fully there. It adds some details, textures. All right, and we're out of food, which means we're gonna have to hunt down some animals or, you know, different. So we're over by the pond. I'm just, you know, getting a little layout of how. Obviously we're gonna make these pathways just a bit bigger, probably like this, maybe a little bit more. And then over here is going to be another piece that stretches out, so it's going to go into like center where we're going to have, you know, some of our mark. Obviously we're going to have markets over here, you know, just scattered out so we don't have everything in one spot. We want it to look somewhat decent and crazy, but we got to work on the pathway for a little pond, you know, going around it, and then it'll connect back up to another path or something. All right, so our path is connected to this, and then we'll continue this one going around after we sleep because it is getting dark. All right, so we have our path kind of. I mean, I still gotta put the middle one. So down here's a boat dock. Over here is gonna be our, you know, our fishing huts. So we'll have little pathways that go to each of those. We'll have some houses like scattered around too. I do want to make it to where I do have villagers in here, you know, as AI or not AI, like townspeople or whatever, village people, whatever. But obviously we need villagers. We're gonna need to start a villager farm. but we can do that later on. Right now, we are focusing on the path, which means it goes up. We're gonna go probably up a little bit, probably have a farm in there. And then, all right, so in here will be like a house or something. We'll have another, I need big spots for farms. So like right here will be a good spot for probably wheat, maybe something. I don't know yet. Connects onto this path here. All right, so we do have a big opening in here. This is probably where all of our markets are gonna, or not all of our markets. It's gonna be where a majority of like our main stuff will be. So obviously we'll have markets scattered out. I did make some little circle areas for like house and stuff like that. I'll probably throw a windmill in this area just because it is more of a circle than anything else. We'll have farms down here. I'll probably add a line that cuts through, or two, just so no, we have some there. Where is that? Where am I? I'm right there. Okay, I can probably just cut it off because I do want decently big areas for these, but I don't need like super massive areas. So I'm going to connect to this, but we're also going to fork back a little bit. We'll do that, and then we'll probably add one up here. All right, I could probably cut one down most likely, or I connect it up to this, which is probably going to be my best bet. All right, so this will fork off into 3 different ways, and then that's not too bad. We can always work on that. Yeah, so we're going to have some big areas, but also not like massive areas. Now, they still need to be like tube style. I'm not going to focus that much on creating that much on it. So this seems pretty decent. I mean, I just got to fix these paths and all, but like that's not too hard. I could go and refine those if I need. Got windmill area over here. Probably add a farm a little bit back here in it just so it looks similar, like a little farm area around it. So we'll probably add like wheat, carrot, potatoes, and this one we'll probably throw wheat and carrot in this. We'll throw potato, cabbage, something like that. We'll just throw it around. No, okay, my buttons were very messed up. It's nighttime. Never mind. Apparently it's not. All right, we're gonna head back over here, and then we're gonna start refining our pathways to hopefully make them look better. Now we do need these pathways decently big, and I need to repair my stuff. Stuff is almost broken. Now we'll go sleep because I did see a creeper spawn in, and let's hope he doesn't creep up behind me, please. Okay. All right, so I kind of got this area a little bit more defined. I mean, except for that little piece there. I could probably make this just a tad bit bigger. I mean, probably. Now we are gonna have like little alleyways between the houses and stuff like that, most likely, just so a little bit more detail and design to it. I also need to cut these corners off just a little bit more, just so they don't look so like jagged. Right now they look horrible. Nice, we could do that, and then do a little texture design. Do that, and then yes, it is a pretty big pathway here, but I'm not too worried about that. Over here will be a house. Along the edges will be houses and like trees or whatever. Go up. Now the edges are cut. This will go to a farm, and then yeah, those will all go to farms down here, and then we can start working on whatever else we need. We're gonna have a lot to it. I'm gonna need my shovel fixed in a minute. All right, now this does look like a very sharp corner. I do gotta try and fix some of these areas just so it doesn't look so stuck, I guess, and then hopefully it makes it look better without like causing too much damage. The thing is, we're also gonna need room for farms. We're gonna have a decent amount of those. About 108, we got enough. All right, seems fine. No sharp turn there. All right, not too bad. It's hard to make it look like it turns without it looking so blocked. That's the hardest part I'm having right now, is trying to make it look decent without being cute. And shovel's at 52. We're gonna have to be very careful. 31. All right, we're gonna have to go fix our shovel. We are at 13 durability left, so let's head back up, repair this with a diamond, hopefully, and then we can come back and hopefully finish this pathway. And the next episode, we start working on the farms and building the houses and everything good and fun and a lot of pain, but we'll try it. I should have brought some diamonds with me just so I had them. I chose not to do that. I'll be honest, it doesn't really look too bad. I mean, obviously it's gonna look better once we add buildings and everything into it. Right now, it looks really weird. But again, we're gonna have houses, we're gonna have trees, bushes, rocks, everything like that. We're gonna have like little patches of everything around, and then hopefully it all works. It comes together perfect. Now for the pond, I do want to add like a little wall around it, and then we can dig it down a little bit, add fish into it, add some light, stuff like that, make it look better. So at night it lights up. And then for like along the pathway, we're gonna have like street light type things. So we're gonna have like lanterns going on them. Little pole that goes over with lantern over it. Seems pretty nice. I like the way it is. But let's get some more diamonds to fix our axe, see if anything happened over there. All right, we were over here, and when I got here, there was for some reason a very heavy amount of lag. I want to say that was just trying to load in because there is so many pieces to it, but I'm hoping I'm not lagging that much. Let's get our diamonds. Do all those. I now have a new shovel. I am gonna bring more just because, and then oh no, I don't really need to bring them. Alright, we're gonna make another pickaxe real quick. We're gonna try and see if we get a good enough enchant. Hopefully get a good enough enchant, because I want something better than a little efficient 2. Breaking 3. Really? That's all you give me is Unbreaking 3? I need something else. No, that's my fishing rod. I have a book. Where'd my books go? That's a power 3. You can't add power 3 to a crossbow. Or that is fit with piercing. Punch 1. That's feather falling 2. I would like that, but I don't need that. You're still on breaking 3. What is your problemo, sir? Can I get something better than a problemo 2? Thorns. Really? On breaking 3. Alright. Oh yeah, she good. Efficiency 4 on breaking 3. You are good. Now if I get another efficiency 4, I can get an efficiency 5. Being a arthropods. You have a problem. Might as well just get my books and throw them out, you know. Knockback 2. Hellfire. What are you? Increase the damage of flamethrower and place fire. Oh, for the flamethrower. Guess what? I don't have that. Alright. We're just gonna throw this back in our full chest. I have no more space. Alright. We have our secondary pickaxe. We are perfect though. I need food. Where's my carrots? We'll just grab a stack of carrots. I have some gold I can turn into some golden carrots that should help us just a little bit. All right, there we go. 12 gold carrots. That seems plenty. All right, so we have golden carrots now. Let's head back. We fixed our shovel. I want to increase our shovel. I really want to fix our shovel. I don't want to deal with that little thing. It's going to be annoying. It's going to cause me pain. Efficiency 4. I'm getting level 30. If I have to wait like 5 minutes, I will. But I want efficiency 4. Hey, look, we're here. Perfect. Efficiency 4, I'm breaking 3. Perfect. Now if I efficiency 3 I'm breaking 3 efficiency 4. Technically that's just getting rid of that one. So I'll throw that in there. Alright, well we got a better shovel. Might as well get the armor too. Cross 3, fire prot. No, break 3. We'll hold off on that. Break 3, we'll hold off on that. And I'm breaking 3. Hold off on that. Alright, well, we have enchanted diamond helmet. That's fine. Alright, let's head back. Let's get our things hopefully sorted out. And then we can hopefully start working on everything. I gotta build some houses in create or in the creative world. Which most likely means if well, I don't know. Alright, we're back. Let's go ahead and go over. We'll fix all these. I do want to add a wall to this just so, you know, we don't fall in. I am bound for that to happen, but I also don't want my villagers to escape. Now, majority of them aren't going to go into the water. Yes, there's a village there, so they kind of might. So I may have to destroy that, possibly. But hopefully it shouldn't. I mean, I'll have farms here, stuff like that. Each house will probably have its own little farm to it in the front or the back. But alright, so we're just going to go around. We're going to try and set everything. Alright, so we're almost done. I still have a little piece over here, and then we got that little side over there. It's not too bad. It is, you know, these pathways are pretty big. I might change them later on just because, you know, I don't want to stick with normal Minecraft path. So we'll probably make it like a stone path or something, or a dirt path, something like that. But right now we're just going to keep it what it is. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep it how it is, and then later on we can fix it. But yeah, I got this little section over here, goes up and around, and then I have this little piece right here, and then we're done with it. We don't have too much to worry about. I might fix this too, but I don't know yet. Just got a little bit of areas that we got to work. All right, we now just have to work on this final little pathway here. I can cut this up and bring it down a little bit. All right, not bad. Could add some little detailed textures. Then now we just got to continue working around, and we hopefully should be good. All right, so our path should be done. Well, never mind. I still have that little piece over there. Never mind. We do have this kind of set. Everything does look decent enough. Path is good enough. It does look a little bit big over here, but I mean, if I need to change it, I will. Not right now though. I just gotta try and find a way I can make it to where I can add like curves without it looking bad, you know? Like I need it to look decent, but also make it to where, you know, it flows nicely with the way the buildings will be. All right, our pathway is finished. Now, I don't know if I actually fully like it or not. I kind of don't. I might change it up a little bit, try and make it to where it looks somewhat better, a little bit more path-like, but I can't fully change that right now. I mean, I could, but like, I definitely don't have the materials for it right now. But our area is pretty well set. You know, we have our little areas for all of our farms, our housing, stuff like that. It is set. So I can make it to where, you know, we have all of our stuff here. Let me just grab all this. We can outline our wheat, carrot, potato, tomato, cabbage, whatever else we had. So I got to try and find a good spot for it. Over here was probably going to be our wheat and carrot. All right. Well, we got a little piece here that we can touch up. A little bit thin over here. All right. Not bad. Got a little piece here again. Yeah. So I'm most likely going to try and go through and like redo the pathing. I don't know if I actually will or not. We'll probably keep it exactly how it is. There are a lot of spots where like it's really big, like right here and then right there. That seems small enough, so I'm not worried about that. There's a lot of areas where it's just big for no reason. reason. I may fix those, I may not. I don't know like fully yet, but next episode we are going to start working on the layout of our farms and everything. We're going to place everything, hopefully start that. If not, we'll start building our houses as long as we have the wood, hopefully. But right now we are going to end today's video here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.